gosh. Get excited because today we are reacting to the diabolical medical scenes from the highly anticipated video game God of War Ragnarok. What kind of destruction will we find in this last installment of the Norse era? Let's dive right in. Oh, taking a massive hammer or sledgehammer to the face. The biggest things we worry about are fracture of the jaw. If you actually end up getting a fractured jaw, you'll have to get your jaw wired shut. I've actually seen ear, nose, and throat doctors that will fix this in their office, and they'll give you your pair of pliers that you can carry around in your pocket. That way, in case you get nauseous and you feel like you're going to vomit, you can actually cut the wires so you can open up your mouth so you don't choke on your own vomit. Oh!
Fuck! That's all this is!
Oh! Spear right through the right bicep. So you can go above the bone or below it and miss it. You can injure the muscles, which aren't too bad, but the biggest things we worry about is major arteries and major nerves coming out. So through your armpit, from your neck, you have your brachial plexus, which are all the nerves relating to your arm. But you also get your brachial artery. So if you actually lacerate that artery, you can bleed out pretty darn good. Oh! Stuck to the wall. I always say, obviously what the t-shirt says too, don't pull it out. Obviously it's a different situation. We're in this whole other realm. If you do pull it out in this specific area of the arm, you just increase the risk of having more blood flow faster if a vessel is injured.
At him.
Oh, what good graphics.
Good gravy.
In this instance, this is definitely where you actually want to use a tourniquet. If you can, if there's enough tissue proximal to that injury to put something on there. The best tourniquets out there are the ones that actually are designed to be a tourniquet. People try to use belts. They don't work as well. Typically cloth, rope, those sorts of things, and like a stick or some sort of device that you can actually spin it to tighten it more and then lock it down.
You gotta lock that down.
So not bleeding, I understand. This is like a god. In a human, if you are just standing there with your arm just gone, you're gonna be dripping, pulling out blood. How quickly would somebody actually die thereafter? It's gonna take minutes. The body actually tries to shunt the blood to your major organs that you need, you know, your brain, your heart, and your different organs to be able to keep your life going as long as possible. Oh, I want those healing powers. Come on. Come on. Imagine you see me roll into the ER one day and you could just literally summon like this type of power skill to be able to regrow somebody's limb back and save their life that way. That would be awesome. So we need to work on that. Hopefully they are. Come on, Kratos. Whoa, we dropped. The amount of blood that's there could be from the mouth, could be from the nose. There are some major blood vessels on your face that if you do lacerate will bleed a lot, but in general any big laceration to your face will bleed a lot more just because the face is so highly vascularized. Oh! Wow, so he's trying to choke him out. If you're compressing down the airway, you're decreasing potential oxygen, you can pass out. Also, if you're compressing down on the sides, you're decreasing blood flow. So that's another reason why somebody would actually pass out. If somebody does come into the emergency department where they were choked, but they're now awake, we do get concerned about injuries to the major blood vessels or swelling to the airway. So we would actually do a CT angiogram, making sure that the blood vessels are not injured.
Come on!
Nice. Oh, that was cool. Okay, I've never seen that before, obviously. I've seen mostly puncture wounds relating to knives. Obviously, you have your abdominal wall, the sides of the other abdominal muscles coming in, and you have a lot of fat there. You also have your omentum, which actually covers the inner organs just underneath your basically abdominal muscles. If you get deep enough, you're gonna hit some blood vessels, but then your next major thing you're concerned about is the intestines. Oh my gosh! We do see a lot of hand injuries. This is a bad puncture wound weapon straight through the hand. You worry about fracture, you worry about infection immediately. Function of the hand, you're gonna injure the nerves. We'll get an x-ray actually with the object in it. We'll talk to the hand surgeon usually, or trauma surgeon, take it out with them around or with them available, and then see what types of injuries are underneath it. Oh! Spear right to the right upper quadrant of the abdomen, maybe the lower lung on the right side. You have your liver, you have your gallbladder, which sits right underneath the liver, you have your diaphragm, and then your lung. So any of those could be hit. If you puncture the lung, you can actually cause a pneumothorax, a hemothorax, or you can cause what's called a hemopneumothorax, which is a combination of the two. This is a big battle scene using fire. We see a lot of burns that come to the emergency department. First, second, third are the most common. Yes, there's rare 4th degree burns, but very rarely do I ever see them.
I am your father. Take the hammer and kill who I tell you to kill.
Oh my goodness. Odin's wearing an eye patch, so he must have injured his eye at some point. People will lose an eye and we actually can't replace them. We can do some corneal transplants, which are the clear coating over the colored part of our eye. But outside of that, if the eye gets destroyed by trauma or other types of injuries or infections, you can put a fake eye there, but it won't have any function. The eye is so complex and intricate that there's really no replacement. Oh! No. Fathers don't do that. It could be just injuring the mediastinal structures. Your heart's center to the left a little bit. And then you actually have the aorta that comes up. You have the vena cava that comes down. A lot of those things can be injured related to airway, choking, and then bleeding out and dying. Oh, he was trying to stick his thumb in the eye.
I'm gonna put my thumb through your eye!
I know that's actually a technique that's taught in different fighting styles because it's incapacitating. We just talked about the eye, such a vital structure, but it actually has a lot of pain nerve endings. It's gonna hurt a lot, and obviously you're not gonna be able to see out of that side, which is then going to incapacitate an individual for a period of time. Oh, what creature is that? Animal bites to an arm. The biggest thing you always worry about is soft tissue injury, fracture of the bone, depending on how big the animal is. If there is infection that's going to seed in, get to a hospital, get some x-rays. Some of the wounds, if they're puncture wounds, you actually don't sew them up. You leave them open so you can actually let them drain because of the increased risk of infection.
All Father has plans for him.
Oh! What a punch to the face. You really worry about fracture. I've seen it where people try to talk, they can't, or if they have a fracture midline, the mouth actually pops open. Wow, good job. That was like quite entertaining for me. I really need to get me a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. The merch is still running, so check it out in the description in the link below. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely binge watch this playlist right here. As always, make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.